Right, okay, yo. As I said to you earlier in my post, I've been waiting for Steve to come round and Gaz. Gaz can't, so I mean, he's too busy with work. So, but Steve and Smudge come over and they bought me basically, I think, everything that I've bought on their sci-fi range so far to get some display work painted up from and some little boards so I can get some nice photos and stuff. Now, we haven't painted any sci-fi for absolutely ages. So, this is going to be a nice little change for me. I think as well, I mean, the games that this is primarily aimed, it's aimed at sci-fi, but I think Gates of Antares, Warpath, 40k, I mean, to be fair, they're a pretty generic sci-fi building, and I think they'll fit most games. I mean, the first thing I can say about these is, to be fair, is that I'd only seen these on videos before, and it doesn't really do them justice because they're much nicer when you actually get them in the flesh. And I'm not just saying that because Steve's my mate, because I'm very critical anyway. Do you know what I mean? So I've had Steve and Smudge here who've just been talking over them, like, because as I said, me and Steve are going to do some projects, you know, me, Steve and Smudge. And he's going to help me develop some of my things I want to do. But the first thing I can tell you about these, in comparison to some of the laser cut that I've had my hands on, is they're fairly solid. I mean, I was on about this with Viv when Viv was around here the other day. He said the same thing. His stuff's like solid in comparison to some of the laser cut stuff. Do you know what I mean? And they are pretty tough ass things, like. And these little bunkers, I mean, I've not made these. I've just got to paint them and build a little board with them. Smudge them, knocked them all up for me last night and primed them. Saved me a little bit of time, so I just started painting through these. Like, I mean, the warp gate's lovely. Little console. I mean, Steve's put a lot of thought into these, and Smudge. I mean, I think Smudge has mainly developed most of the buildings, which is as a main hangar with some gantries over it, like, and it's pretty solid. And I mean, you've got to really worry about breaking that. And on some other laser cut, I've been a bit worried about breaking it. The checker plate style thing's nice on the top, which is zoom in. It's nice, but the gantries are nice. I mean, I was saying this to Steve and Steve, but you're the first one. I absolutely love these. I mean, these storage containers are really nice. Sort of basically, it's a storage fucking container. Excuse my language. I know I should stop swearing, but I just can't help him. I've had a bad upbringing. But I think they're wicked. I mean, when you got a load of them stacked up and stuff, it's just perfect scatter terrain. And as I said, I'm not just saying this because it's his Steve's. I tried to give you honest opinion, but I like that. I really genuinely do like that. I think it's really nice. I'm going to intend to paint some of these up and knock out some stencils so I can put some company logos on the side and stuff. I think that'll look pretty sweet. I mean, I was kind of thinking to paint it up aimed at Gates of Antares because that seems to be the popular sci-fi at the moment. Well, up and coming sci-fi. I mean, I could paint this for 40k, but there's enough 40k shit around already, so I was going to go at that. I think that's a market Steve's aim is. I mean, these are these bunkers. I mean, the thing with Steve as well, when I'm talking to Steve, these are like sort of, they're prepared to change and adapt things, do you know what I mean? For like prototyping, because I mean, these that they've sent me, they're available to buy, like, but I think they will constantly, if they get feedback on things, they're not scared to change things, do you know what I mean? Which is quite cool with them being such a fledgling company. I mean, this is like a bunker door, just like a door hatch which leads down into like sort of a bunker complex, which I quite like, as the radar one. I mean, they're all solid as well, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of attention going into the little details and stuff. But as I said, I've not built them, so I can't comment on the building, but from what I gather, Steve and Smudge, everything's going to be going onto the Dark Ops web page now, assembly instructions and things like that. So it'll be easy to build. I mean, the big difference is as well, they're quite heavy, which is different to the other laser cut. There's a lot of laser cut in there. I mean, there's a little bit dropped off there, which is my fault because I haven't glued it on there. I didn't glue it on properly. And Steve did tell me about that. I forgot to pack a little piece in, but this power generator is pretty substantial. There's a lot. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel flimsy. It doesn't feel like you're going to break it. Same as the big one that's more like based on a Hoth one, which is so much, it's basically the Star Wars shell generator from Empire Strikes Back, and that is a good solid piece of terrain, like. And I'm thinking about combining this one with the warp gate to kind of power the warp gate, and kind of making like a little complex with the buildings on a couple of boards for Steve to have I take some photos off with some minis and that. But my first impressions from all this stuff, I'm pretty impressed with what Steve and Smudge have done. Like, I mean, that's why I'm going to work with them myself on something in the future. Like, do you know what I mean? But as far as quality goes, I think it's pretty nice. When, as I said, I think the stuff needs to be quite substantial, and I think this ticks the boxes on that front. I mean, they've got the jersey barriers, which I think are pretty nice. Do you know what I mean? They're like a sort of sci-fi jersey barrier, which is quite cool. I mean, I like all the buildings. I mean, I like this one with the gantry on. Do you know what I mean? And I do like them. I mean, they're pretty nice. And this is, I've got to work out how to paint these buggers now, which is my little challenge for the evenings when I get time. Well, anyways, that's a look at a little sci-fi footage that's going on the table. And as I'll get this painted and all this will get sent back off to Steve, so I can just crack on with some other stuff. But it's always nice to help me out, because he's gonna help me out, so I'm gonna help Steve out as much as I can. Do you know what I mean? I'm not just gonna plug his shit either. If it was shit, I wouldn't be plugging it, but he has done a nice job on some of these. Do you know what I mean? So, as I think there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of competition on the laser cut front soon. I think it's been a bit of a one-horse or two-horse race for some time, like, and I think that's going to pretty much change over the next few months. And it's going to be interesting to see what people come out with. Do you know what I mean? Viv's already made some killer stuff. Steve's making some killer stuff, so it's I think it's quite nice, because it's nice to just see the tools used a bit more. Do you know what I mean? Got a bit more thought out, wargaming stuff made for war gamers. Do you know what I mean? By war gamers, which I think is quite cool. And that's called the radar station. And I says, well, we'll just have to see how these bad boys paint up. But that's my first thoughts on dark opsy stuff. I mean, ticks the box. Does this on the tin, it is pretty sturdy, so I don't think you can complain. Anyways, laters.